Hello everyone, Gaara here and welcome to another episode of Worst Design Hearthstone Cards. In today's episode I want to talk about Jade Idol, and without further ado let's just jump right into it. Jade Idol, in my opinion, the worst designed Hearthstone card out of Mean Streets of Gadgetson for the competitive scene. This card alone has killed 90% of all viable or potentially viable decks that we have never seen because this card exists in the competitive scene. If this card would have been nerfed at any point of the game where it should have been, we would have seen such a healthy and such a huge variety of decks that would have seen play in competitive play. One of the biggest mistakes Blizzard has ever done, in my opinion, for the competitive scene is making this card design like this. I've seen many cool changes that were suggested by the community for this card. My favorite one is the choose effect, shuffle 3 Jade Golems into your deck. I think this is really cool and very balanced. So if you know you're facing another very slow deck, you can choose to get 6 Jade Idols into your deck, or Jade Golems, which gives you like a huge amount of additional Jades if it goes to late game. And I think this is a very cool effect. It would work together with Fenrir. It gives you like a lot of Jade Golems, but not infinite. Not infinite Jade Golems. This is a very important point that you can't fatigue. That every other control deck is unplayable. Just to name you a few. It killed Khotun Warrior, Nuzov Warrior, Control Warrior. It killed all versions of Control Warlock, it killed all versions of Control Priest, Control Paladin, Jade Shaman, Control Shaman, all slower decks, Freeze Mages, and all those decks got killed because this one single card exists. Why? Like, only because of this card. Jade Druid was worse for control decks than the existence of Quest Rogue or Quest Mage. It was just so bad, and I'm super happy that it will finally rotate out next year, and I hope Blizzard learn from their mistakes and we will never get a card like Jade Idol ever again for the competitive scene. It was so unhealthy for the game for no reason. I have no idea why this card had to exist and why it didn't get nerfed. It was such a necessary nerf, especially now in the current state of the game. The last the last 3 HCT preliminaries had a popularity of 100% of slower Druid versions. Around 95% of the decks were Jade Druid decks. Almost 1.5 years after the introduction of this card. It's just ridiculous. And there were like multiple additional negative side effects to this card. Yogg-Saron is a card that is existing alongside with this card, and with the combination of Auctioneer you can just get so many additional Jade Idols in your deck which count as a spell and towards Yogg-Saron, so you could just bump up the Yogg-Saron very easily through the Auctioneer and the Jade Idols. And Yogg-Saron is again another horrible card for the competitive scene, and those two cards existing together in the same deck is just horrible. Very little skill. The only mistake you could do with the Jade Idols was to shuffle it super early in the game and then get punished by drawing them before you get to draw your card draw cards, and that's pretty much it. The very worst players could beat the best control players just because they had infinite Jade Idols in their deck. It makes no sense. It was super unhealthy for the game and it should have been changed. That's my take on Jade Idol. Definitely one of my top 3 absolute worst designed Hearthstone cards for competitive play. And that's it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, I'll be back tomorrow with another one, so make sure to check that out as well. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like, comment and subscribe. Also make sure to check out my daily streams, link to that is in the description. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and now have a nice day and peace out.